Name a card, Penn. Anyone.
4 of hearts.
Okay, would have fooled you, but I'll move on as planned. I used to live here. I lived in Vegas for like 5 years, and this actually happened to me. I was walking downtown, and I see a guy. He has a manila envelope, and he's jingling it, asking people for change. And I walked by him. I was just kind of in a hurry. And he yelled at me. He actually yelled. He was like, "Hey, aren't you going to give me any money? What are you, not a good Christian?" No, I'm not. I'm Jewish. And I'm not even good at that. I mean, I was raised Jewish, but I don't really practice. So I'm Jewish, but I don't practice, which means that my mom still nags me. But when I pray that she'll stop, nothing happens. That was a thinking joke. Thanks for coming along with me. But it's true. Jews are the worst Christians. Except for one. One became the best. It's not me, though. That's Jesus. I'm Ben Seidman. Different people altogether. Yeah. Maybe, just maybe you're applauding because you think I am Jesus. And maybe I am. How would you know? What if Jesus came back, but no one believed him? So he went on TV and tried to fool Penn and Teller? But he wasn't successful? Penn was like, yeah, that's food coloring and water, not wine. And Teller was like, that would be disappointing for religious people and for atheists. But for very different reasons. Anyway, I see this guy, he yells at me, and I wanted to get mad, but in that moment, our eyes met, and we had this, real, human moment. And I just started to feel bad for him. He was clearly a nice guy. He was down on his luck. And I reached in my pocket, I took my wallet out. I gave him the only bill that I had, which was a $100 bill, because I felt bad for him. And he hugged me. He was so overjoyed. And I walked away. I thought, what a nice guy. I completely misjudged him. How long was I talking to him? And I looked down at my watch, and my watch was gone. I don't know how, but this guy must have somehow managed to pull my watch off without me even feeling him do it. So he took my watch. Not only did he take my watch, I also distinctly remember putting my ring on that day. When I looked down at my finger, my ring was gone. So I'm thinking he took my watch, and he also somehow managed to take my ring. And I reached in my pocket, grabbed my wallet, remembered I'd given this guy the only bill that I had, the $100 bill, because I felt bad for him. So I'm walking away. I'm just trying to process the information. I'm thinking, did that really just happen? He took everything from me. He took my ring, took my watch, he took all of my money. Sounds like I had a pretty terrible day, right? He learned a very valuable lesson that day. He learned that you should never, ever try to steal from a magician. Because when this guy got home, he didn't have any of my stuff at all. Because I still had my ring, I still had my watch, and I still had all of my money.
Ben Teller, ladies and gentlemen.
We got another fooler.
At the moment you do the French drop, if you are an honest human being, you will feel guilt. You may reflexively blink your eyes to avoid beholding your wickedness. Blinking is an unconscious giveaway, what we call a tell. My tell is to look up with my eyebrows raised in frank, wide-eyed innocence. Penn's tell is to clear his throat and do the move at blistering speed to get it out of the way. Yeah, I do that. I do. To minimize these tells, follow the movement of the imaginary ball with your eyes. Shamelessly look directly at your hands and move them suavely in a smooth, continuous line.
I'm addicted to it all now.
All right, the moment we've all been waiting for. For the first time on this show, Penn and Teller are going to try to fool someone else. give it up for our next potential foolers, Penn and Teller.
I have to admit, Joe and I are a little nervous about this. Actually, we are a lot nervous because we're about to do something that no judge on any talent show has ever done before. No judge on any show, really. We're going to do a trick, and we're going to let someone else judge us. And we're not just going to let anyone judge us. We're going to let ourselves be judged by the greatest living magician in the world, David Copperfield. Have a seat, sir. Anything you can do to distract yourself, please do. Now, we're not going to do flying or the Statue of Liberty because you know how those are done. And we don't. So we're going to do a card trick for you, Dan.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And this is usually so nerve-wracking with a layperson. With you, it'll be easy because we want you to just follow the procedure here. We're going to have you pick a number in your head. Don't say it aloud. And then when we turn our backs, which we will do, you're going to count down that number. Let's say it was 4. Count down 4 cards. Look at the